Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Miracle Perspective. I always appreciate your support, guys. And I have something interesting today. And this comes from the fact that I realized that my following from Kenya is growing. So I wanted to honor my Kenyan people. And I was like, what can I do? And I thought, all right, let me make a show where Kenya meets South Africa. And guess what? As I was thinking about that, I just got to meet a celebrity, an influencer from Kenya, and her name is Kerry Kagiri. Habari yako?
Habari yako, mzuri sana. Habari yako?
Hey, nzuri sana. And karibu na The Miracle Perspective.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much. That's our greeting in Swahili, guys, by the way. So I decided, let me get Kerry on the show. She has a huge following on Instagram. Basically, she's a social media fanatic. Everybody loves her on social media. And I wanted to understand, what is it that people love about Kerry? And I got her on, and here we are. Kerry, welcome. Thank you for coming, and thank you for honoring my invitation.
Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure to connect with the +27.
Yeah, and I'm connecting with the +254. I'm right?
Yes, 254, 254.
Beautiful stuff. And I'm interested in finding out who you are and why, what makes you so special? What gives you so much attention and following?
I like that you think that's a lot of following, because most of the celebrities and the people who are my friends in Kenya, I mean, they're doing over 100K followers. So I'm just building this brand that's around peace, positivity, around hope. I love the digital space. When you see Kerry Kagiri, you see digital. I think that our social media platforms are a gift from us, from God. They're a gift for us to reach out to people and spread the message of hope, especially now, at this time. So they were purposely created for this time and for this season, and how timely it is. So yeah, I'm just really absolutely grateful for, the opportunity to just be a part of that. And also behind the scene, create, produce, manage a couple of accounts for people, manage our own account, which is at the radio station that I work for, just like give support in terms of putting up content on the Hope Hope Radio, Hope FM, Hope FM Live platforms. That's on Twitter or Facebook, on Instagram. So it's such a pleasure to just be a part of that and be a darling to people.
You're a presenter there, right?
Sorry, my relatives had brought us food. Guys, this is like what's happening in Kenya. Only your relatives can come bring you food in that pickup. Thank God.
Oh, interesting. I guess you'll tell us more about Kenya now. So finish about yourself. You are a presenter, a radio presenter and a TV host, right?
Yes, I am a radio presenter and a TV host on Hope FM. It's the station where you listen and live. On Hope TV, it's a station where you look and live. So the essence behind both the station is just to keep hope alive, to be able to share and inspire people, and play gospel music. And number one, gospel music is full of life. Being able to also just be the voice of hope, which is what my brand is centered about, and coincidentally working for hope. So yeah, it's quite interesting. So that's what I do. I do a breakfast show, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. every Monday through to Friday. Now we're doing alternate weeks. So my co-host, just to make that physical distancing. So I do 1 week, he does 1 week. So I was on last week, he's on this week. So it's quite interesting. On the show, we have a 5 to 6 a.m. It's a 1 hour of prayer. So I pray for the nation. I pray for the people. I intercede on their behalf for a whole hour.
Wow.
Every Monday to Friday.
Power to you, prayer warrior.
What?
I said power to you, prayer warrior.
Yes.
Kerry, tell me here, what inspired your message of hope? Where do you get that from? Why are you inspired to inspire people and give them hope? Where does that come from?
I think it's my assignment.
How did you find that out? That's my question.
So everywhere I go, people say, "Oh, she's so bubbly. She's so excited. She's always happy. She's always creating a good mood." And I also always feel like that zeal to everything that comes out of my mouth and my heart and my spirit is centered around inspiring people. So I guess that's how I knew. I don't know. And also, like when I dream about it, I just dream of myself giving hope either through song, through dance, through different things here and there. So how did it come? It's just who I am. It's from my toes to my mind. Like it's just always oozing out of energy and excitement, even when in pain. In fact, there's this one time I was really sick and I told my supervisor, this was like in the year 2017. I told my supervisor, "Oh, I'm so sick, I'm not feeling well." And like 20 minutes before that, I was leading praise and worship. So she's like, "Really? Are you really sick? You just want to go home?" And I went to the hospital and I was admitted for 5 days. I was sick, my intestines were bleeding.
Wow.
So I just don't know how not to be happy. I don't know how not to be excited. I don't know how not to be, like calm and grateful. Like l'imaginer c'est quoi? It's very screaming from the roof, the mountain, hallelujah!
Kerry, wait, whoa, hold up. You've got this energy, man. Your energy is contagious. And tell me about your energy. People around you, what do they say about your energy?
Well, I get both reviews on both sides. So on one side, people think I'm too much. There are people who are just like, I can't stand her. But then they get to know me and they're like, "Oh my God, you're actually a nice person." And there's this other side where people are like, "You're what we need. You're what we are looking for." Especially if you're hosting events or you are teaching children. So there are both sides of the divide. I meet, like, I'm still single and I'm mingling, and you meet guys who are just like, she too loud, she's not graceful, And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I can't explain it. I have tried to like dumb myself down, but I'm like, there's no flattery in shrinking. You have to be your true, authentic, and you have to be your best self all the time.
Okay. There's no flattery in shrinking.
There's no flattery in shrinking. I mean, it's so...
Wow. So, Kerry, tell me, would you say who you are as a person and what you've accepted yourself to be plays any part in what you're doing?
Absolutely. I walked in to my current employer, and he was like, "If you change whoever you are, like this person, you're fine." Like that's what we're looking for. We're looking for life. We're looking for energy. We're looking for a fresh breeze of air. Because most people who are sit down is like, "Praise God, hallelujah, the Lord is coming today. Oh, hallelujah." Let's just share the word of the Lord. And I'm here like, "What's up, guys? Jesus loves you. He died for your sins. He out here. He needs your heart. You better receive it today or else you gonna die." So there's that, like I'm not one of those safe people who are like, Jesus is coming soon. Like, no. Like,
okay. Wow.
Yeah, and I know I have my target audience. I mean, my biggest achievement is when someone messages and says, "I want to give my life to Christ," or "Which Christ is this that you serve? I want to know him, if he makes you this happy and this energetic." And I'm like, yeah, you should. Because I'm only how I am because the joy of the Lord is my strength every day. It's not something that I create for myself.
Wow, interesting stuff. So now let's talk about Kenya. Tell me something about Kenya. Convince me to come to Kenya.
Kenya is beautiful. Like, I can't even tell you. We still, of course, there's some skyscrapers that are coming up here and there, but like you can still see the sky from the city. It's the only country in the world that has a national park in the capital city. I mean, Kenyans are great people. Kenya is a springboard of revival for Africa and for the world. Kenya is a gateway. Nairobi, let me talk about Nairobi specifically. Nairobi is a gateway city. When you come to Nairobi, you will find everything in every part of the world. Like, I don't think there's anyone who can come to the city and look for something, you're gonna miss it. From cuisine, we've now become a culinary destination. I mean, Kenya is beautiful. There's no place like home. I've traveled. I've tried to travel as much as I can. I mean, like, I try 2 countries a year, and there's no place like the 254, 254. No place.
I could tell you love Kenya and you wouldn't leave Kenya for any reason. But now here's the thing.
I think this is the moment we have to sing the national anthem.
Okay, fine. Hold it there. You'll sing towards the end. Whoa, wait. What I want to understand, Kerry, is how's the situation like right now with the current global crisis of COVID-19? What is the psychology of Kenyans in this time there?
Yeah, well, there's 2 sides of the coin. There's the people who are in corporate and in business. I mean, that has really been affected. We have a lot of people who farm and bring their food produce to the markets, and right now they can't do it as effectively. There are not enough people to buy the things. So yeah, the people who are suffering, the daily income has been affected badly. There are people people are going through pay cuts, including the president himself and many people, just to build resource to ensure that the COVID-19 is contained and isn't spread any further, and those who have it are getting the appropriate treatment. That those who now are maximizing and are making masks, and that all the doctors are working. Someone posted, "I wish I was a real doctor. I'd be at work right now." So I mean, there's all sides of it. And it's very sad. There's a sense of hopelessness, a sense of, are we going to ever get back to where we were? And I want to say this because I know Kenyans will watch this, that we will get back, but even more, we will be catapulted, because this is a setback for a setup into a great prosperity and financial freedom, and also into your best self, because you never know how much you miss something until you can't do it anymore. There are those who used to take their jobs for granted and complain, my job, but now they're going back to that work like, I'm doing it, like I might not be able to do it tomorrow. The Church of Jesus Christ is now building the foundations properly. Pastors, ministers are spending time in the presence of God. They are getting filled. They're getting back to the first love. And that's what they're going to outpour in the next dispensation when we're back after COVID. So I feel like, there's that despair, but there's also hope. But our markets, the real estate industry that was really booming has been affected. The economy has been affected. A lot of job losses. Right now we don't have movement outside the capital of Nairobi. Like, I can leave Nairobi. People who are outside cannot come to the city, where most of the businesses are. And so that has really been serious. We have a curfew. We have to be home by 7. So I mean, when you go to the office, you maximize on the hours. You literally just in and out. Oh, I miss In-N-Out. You have In-N-Out in South Africa. Anyway, let me focus. But yeah, it's all will be well. Let me say that. Yeah, but there's a lot that's been affected in terms of our economy, a lot.
And in terms of people's mental health, what do you sense? Do you sense fear? Do you sense anxiety within the people? What do you sense?
Absolutely. There's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of stigma around even thinking that maybe, my relative has COVID, and will people interact with me after? I mean, there's a lot of fear and anxiety. Especially schools have been affected. I mean, the term, universities, there is. But for the mental health, Kenya is building a really good mental health base. In fact, the Mental Health Act of Kenya is actually being reviewed and revised right now. And so this will be a good time for people who are in that space to be able to create ways to speak to people, unearth issues that might have been, there in the past. People are spending time with their families. I think there's both sides of the coin, but mentally, there's a lot of fear and anxiety. You can tell. There are people who are like, people are being told, stay home. And they're like, we stay home, then we eat what? And the government says, well, you'd rather stay home and be alive so that you can make money after. It's crazy. It's crazy. Only people in the essential services are actually doing a lot more right now, but there's still no money. Like advertising, media makes money through advertising. So who is advertising their businesses now?
Oh, yeah, it's really bad, man. And I mean, it's no different from what we are facing this side in South Africa. And my biggest fear is people's mental health. I'm very concerned with how people, with the stability of the mind and just people remaining intact with who they are. And if you affect what happens in your mind, I mean, I don't think there's any hope, man. And because you are a hope person, and I can hear your hope message within your speech, within who you are. It just comes out naturally. And I think maybe we might need you more in this time.
I'm ready. I'm all in. Like, I'm just ready to speak the word, to sing it, to dance it, whatever it takes to keep people's spirit up. Because once you lose the spirit, the body might be suffering, but the spirit, that's the most important thing.
Interesting stuff, man. And I think I do want to come to Kenya there, man. There's a lot of interesting things. I watched this video of people who were performing. They're dancing, climbing on each other, the one on top of the other. Is that kind of a thing that you guys do there? Do you like?
So we're so used to it. I mean, I saw those guys in Britain's Got Talent. I'm like, I see that every day. Like, they're just always there, running through fire, jumping on each other. It's something that's so normal to us here. I mean, everyone has seen an acrobatic act at some point or another.
So you also know how to do the things of spinning around and jumping on people.
No, but thanks. I wish I could.
Man, that's interesting catching up with you. And thank you for your time. I don't know, what else do you want to say to people with regards to the message of identity? What can you say? I mean, you are so comfortable and confident in yourself. And I think it makes life easier, man.
Yeah, you have to know yourself to lead yourself. And you have to accept who you are. So know yourself and lead yourself. Know that this is where I'm good. Go there and thrive and prosper in that space. I mean, if it comes to talking to people, if it comes to creating ideas, if it comes to building content, I mean, I can do that any day, even for free. I don't mind. So that's where I've positioned myself. If it comes to ministry, that's where I've positioned myself. So find what it is you can do it well, and excel in it, even right now. In this time, I mean, perfect your skills, perfect your people skills, get to know yourself, spend time with you. I know it's scary to spend time with yourself because you don't want to know, really. It's easier just not to know. But it's very important to sit. It's very important to sit and just know yourself, then lead yourself. And also, you can never be able to know yourself and lead yourself if you do not know the person that created you. He has your manual. And Jehovah is so faithful. If you seek him, he will position you and you will excel. People will see you from afar and say, that one is good at this, that one is good at that. And we all have a gift. We all have a skill. We all have a purpose. That's why you're breathing. So if you're breathing and you just feel useless, I mean, there's something. Go ask God. And he's so faithful. He will respond. He has your manual. He knows how he created you, for what season, why, and where, and wherever it is he's positioned you in the world. Yeah, so let's live within our purpose, our calling. Our identity is found in Christ. That's what is it Lacrae say that? I'm not the car I wear. I'm not the job I work. I'm not the house I live in. I mean, your identity is found in Christ.
Wow. Deep. Thank you so much. Now you can sing your Kenyan anthem.
Okay, let me sing it in English. Oh God of all creation, Yes, this our land and nation. Justice be our shield and defender. May we dwell in unity, peace, and liberty. Plenty be found within our borders.
In South Africa, our land. Yeah, now that's what it means when South Africa means Kenya. Thank you so much. Kwaheri tonana tena.
Tunaonana tena. Mungu akubariki sawubona. That's the only one I do. And water.
Asante sana. Thank you for taking
You're
time.
doing a good job. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. Keep posting, keep inspiring, keep reaching out to people. You have a great mission, and I can't wait to see it blow up. The whole world is gonna appreciate what God has put inside you. I can't wait to see it in full fruition. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. It means a lot. I appreciate that. And I will take it to heart and keep moving with that. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay,
Asante
bye.
sana.
Karibu. Hasta la vista, baby.
It's finished.
Miracle perspective is in the area. Perspective. It's finished.